Hi, my name is Laura Johnson. I was probably in maybe year 3 of a high conflict divorce. I had an attorney that was great. My ex had several attorneys, probably 6 or 7 over the course of the 3 years. And we ended up kind of doing some mediation with a friend who was a family friend with both of us. And so we kind of ironed out some of the big ticket items and narrowed it down. I was really wanting my attorney to kind of wind it down and shut me out and be done with it. And he wanted to kind of take it to the end, take it to trial, get me everything that he thought I deserved, and applaud him for that. But it got to be a contentious situation with him and my ex. I just needed someone to kind of help out. And I have some friends that either have used Jeanette and or recommended her. And I liked what I had seen on her website about being in high conflict cases in the past. I talked to her and kind of told her my situation. And so she was able to kind of, through talking to me, because I had been in the middle of it the whole time. So I knew, learned a lot about it. And she was able to kind of weed down through it. Yeah, finished me out. And I was final in May of whatever year this is, 2023. I mean, stress. We've got four children, so having to kind of manage what was going on with all of them. Of course, COVID hit during the middle of it, so that didn't help. To spend 4 years trying to just get divorced is crazy. So it's very stressful, very expensive, stressful for my kids. I really think it was through like a Facebook group. Some of the people that I met through that, we've formed like an East Cobb group. I believe one of the women in there was friends with Jeanette, so I called her and was, "Hey, this is where I'm at. What are your thoughts?" And she's like, "Definitely call Jeanette." And again, just doing kind of my due diligence on my side. I just looked at her website and kind of read some of her stuff, and she does a lot of live posts, so you get to kind of see how she is in action. And I just felt like she would be a good personality for me and for me to kind of get to the end. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't really look anywhere else. I knew I needed something different and I needed something fast. There was ongoing litigation and sort of ended my relationship with my old attorney and needed really someone to pick up and take over the reins. So I don't know. If I like what I see, I'm not going to look at 15 other firms. I've been doing this for 3.5 years. I was almost 4 years by the time Jeanette came on board. No, I mean, my only concern was getting someone really up to speed after 3.5 years of, countless documents and things like that. But, she was really able to kind of jump in and take the helm. I think she really understood, we spent quite a bit of time on the phone just kind of talking through what all had transpired, and then she had the hard copies of everything. I mean, it was a pretty smooth transition. We ended up going to an arbitrator in the end, and I walked away thinking it was fair. I mean, they kind of say that if you each walk away a little unhappy, then it probably was fair. If one party walks away and is really super, super happy, then it's probably not that fair. So just moving on and having some closure and finality. And I was married for 22 years, and then we were litigating for 4, so that's a long time. And like I said, I have 4 kids, so each of them are they're 4 years older than they were when it started, and just kind of allowed us all to move on. Yeah, so I actually have a friend that is going through exactly that right now, and she calls me every week. She's like, now he's filed this, he's filed this, he's filed that. And, having been on the inside of it, it's hard to see, like, you're just fighting for your life. And you're like, I've got to do everything I can do. In hindsight, everything you do costs thousands of dollars, So I've actually told her, I'm like, if you can try to get this to some kind of a mediation or try to get someone to get through, like, just try to work it out. I mean, at the end of the day, you're adults. You don't want to be married anymore. There's got to be some reasons on both ends. Why can't you just split and go on your way and enjoy your lives? I think that's kind of how Jeanette and the firm looks at it. Like, you can spend a lot of money on attorneys, guardian ad litems. It's mind numbing. Like, if you have kids that are like in high school or older, just split it up, move on. And I don't think it's that simple, but I think Jeanette's attitude is more like, let's not fight over these little items that really are just wasting money. And I hate to say, I think the system perpetuates that. And I think Jeanette would probably agree with that. I think that in an ideal world, that is a much better. And I have some friends that have gotten divorced that have gone through it amicably. And again, nobody's happy with the situation. And at the end of the day, you're probably not 100% happy with the result, but at least you didn't spend millions of dollars trying to get there.